We have fenestrated capillary. Basement membrane is continuous, but the cytoplasm of endothelial cells contains pores or gaps. And last type, sinusoidal capillaries or discontinuous capillaries, they have very wide lumens, about 30 to 40 micrometers in diameter, and they are present in liver, bone marrow, or spleen. And we have large gaps, large fenestrations between endothelial cells. Basement membrane is reduced. Sometimes basement membrane is absent. Pores and fenestrations don't have diaphragms. And look here, we have large gaps, large fenestrations, basement membrane is discontinuous, or maybe absent. The next type of blood vessels, they are arteries that conduct blood from the heart to the capillaries. Arteries and veins have typical structure of the wall because the wall is composed of 3 layers called also tunica. This is tunica intima, innermost layer. Tunica media, this is the middle part of the wall, and tunica adventitia, this is outermost layer of blood vessel. In this picture we have artery and vein. We will talk about vein a little later, but here we have 3 layers. Tunica intima, close to the lumen, tunica media, and tunica adventitia. The wall is thick. The following layers, tunica intima, tunica media, and tunica adventitia, are very well distinguished, are very well visible in light microscope. The most developed is tunica media in the artery. Arteries are divided into elastic arteries. They are large arteries. Second name, conducting arteries. Muscular arteries, a little narrower, or distributing arteries. Arterioles and metarterioles. Elastic arteries, they are large arteries, for example, aorta and its major branches, and the wall of elastic arteries in fresh state is very often yellow because the wall contains large amounts of elastin. This slide shows thick wall of elastic artery, and we have very well visible 3 layers. Tunica intima, tunica media, and tunica adventitia. Elastic arteries have thick wall and variable quantities of elastic material. The first element of the wall, tunica intima, it is non-elastic part next to the lumen, of course endothelium, single squamous endothelium, squamous cells located on the narrow connective tissue forming subendothelial layer. Subendothelial layer contains connective tissue and fibroblasts, occasional smooth muscle cells, collagen fibers, and internal elastic lamina is also present. Internal elastic lamina, this is structure located between tunica intima and tunica media. Usually it contains several of elastic fibers. Tunica media. This is the widest part of elastic artery, and it is composed of elastic fibers which form fenestrated membranes or fenestrated sheaths. Elastic fibers form thick bundles which are called fenestrated membranes. Between each elastin layer, smooth muscle cells are situated, collagen is situated, and extracellular matrix is also situated, because components of extracellular matrix is produced by smooth muscle cells. This is tunica media of elastic artery, special staining for elastin, for elastic fibers, and tunica intima non-elastic region. Internal elastic lamina not well visible, because below we have a lot of elastic fibers which form fenestrated membranes, typical for elastic arteries. Between wavy, dark brown elastic fibers, smooth muscle cells are also situated, but elastic fibers are predominant. And the outermost layer, tunica adventitia, and this part is thick. It is composed of loose connective tissue with connective tissue fibers, elastic fibers and collagen fibers. And between tunica media and tunica adventitia may be located external elastic lamina, but sometimes external elastic lamina is hard to distinguish. Small vessels which are present in the tunica adventitia are called vasa vasorum, and they supply the tissue of wall of artery with oxygen and nutrients, because the wall is very, very thick. Aorta, elastic artery. Tunica intima not well distinguished, but tunica media we can see numerous elastic fibers, and tunica adventitia with vasa vasorum. Next type of arteries, muscular arteries, they are narrower than elastic arteries, and they are medium-sized arteries, called also distributing arteries. This type of arteries control blood flow to organs by contracting or relaxing smooth muscle cells which are located in the tunica media. Usually muscular arteries, they are branches of elastic arteries. And here we have muscular artery, the same structure of the wall. Tunica intima, tunica media, and tunica adventitia, but here predominant are smooth muscle cells. Tunica intima. It is a little thinner than tunica intima of elastic arteries, and this part contains endothelium located on the basal membrane and subendothelial connective tissue. Internal elastic lamina is very well visible between tunica intima and tunica media. This is microscopic slide, and we use special staining for elastin. And we know that this is muscular artery, not elastic artery. Why? Because elastic fibers are present in the tunica intima. They form internal elastic lamina, and next, elastic fibers are situated in the tunica adventitia. They form prominent external elastic lamina located between tunica media and tunica adventitia, and they are also present in the tunica adventitia. Look at the tunica media. We see few elastic fibers, and because of that, this is muscular artery. Again, muscular artery, special staining for elastic fibers, and they form internal elastic lamina and external elastic lamina, and tunica media is composed of smooth muscle cells that are not well visible in this staining. This is special staining for elastin. Tunica media of muscular artery is composed of smooth muscle cells. Smooth muscle cells are the main component. They form about 40 layers of smooth muscle cells. In elastic arteries, we have 40 to 50 fenestrated membranes, fenestrated layers of elastic fibers. Here we have 40 layers of smooth muscle cells, which are present in the tunica media. Between smooth muscle cells, we have collagen, elastic fibers, and proteoglycan. And external elastic lamina is present in larger muscular arteries, but it is very well visible. It is prominent in larger muscular arteries. And again, muscular artery, tunica media with smooth muscle cells. We can see elongated nuclei of smooth muscle cells, and tunica intima and tunica adventitia. And here we can see very well that the three layers are very well distinguished. Tunica intima, tunica media, and tunica adventitia, and the most developed, the widest part in arteries is tunica media. And here we have muscular artery, and very clear, and a lot of smooth muscle cells which are arranged in 40 layers in the tunica media. Tunica adventitia is thin and it is composed of connective tissue elements. They are collagen fibers and elastic fibers. In large muscular arteries, tunica adventitia, may contain vasa vasorum. And again, muscular artery with 3 layers. Very well visible internal elastic lamina and external elastic lamina. And here we have 2 types of arteries, conductive or elastic arteries, and here distributing or muscular arteries. Large artery, a little narrower artery. Look here, thicker tunica intima with thicker subendothelial layer, tunica media with elastic fibers, and tunica media with smooth muscle cells, and adventitia with vasa vasorum, and here vasa vasorum are also present. Arterioles. Muscular arteries become arterioles when the tunica media is reduced in thickness to 1 or more layers of smooth muscle cells. They are small vessels, about 0.5 millimeters or less in diameter. Tunica intima contains endothelium, very often without subendothelial layer, without subendothelial connective tissue and internal elastic lamina. Tunica media is composed of smooth muscle cells, 1, sometimes 2 or more layers, and tunica adventitia with loose connective tissue. Connective tissue fibers loosely arranged with nerve fibers. And here we have structure, the wall of large artery, median artery, and small artery. Very, maybe not very thick, but thicker tunica intima, here thinner and here also. Tunica media with elastic elements. Here tunica media with smooth muscle cells, a little thinner. And here we have 1 or more layers of smooth muscle cells. Adventitia, the outermost layer. Next, arterioles. They are branches of arterioles, and the wall contains, of course, tunica intima, tunica media, and tunica adventitia. Tunica intima with endothelium located on the basal lamina, but this type of blood vessels don't contain subendothelial layer. Tunica media, this is incomplete single layer of smooth muscle cells, and tunica adventitia, loose connective tissue, very narrow, sparse, loose connective tissue, sometimes not visible in light microscope. And next type of the blood vessels, veins. And veins are divided according to the size in large, small and medium, and venous. Large veins, for example, superior and inferior veni cava, small and medium size, they are narrower than large veins and venous. This is small version of vein morphology. And here we have cross-section of veins. Veins have a large, irregular lumen. Arteries have a large, regular open lumen. Veins, irregular lumen. The following layers in veins, tunica intima, tunica media, and tunica adventitia, are not clearly distinguished, and the best developed in veins is tunica adventitia. Large veins. Tunica intima is thick, well developed, contains endothelium, basal lamina. In some veins, endothelium may form valves. And tunica intima of large veins contains also subendothelial layer with connective tissue. Tunica media, smooth muscle cells, first of all, smooth muscle cells, reticular and collagen fibers, and a little elastin. And tunica adventitia, this is the widest part, the best developed layer, the best developed part in the veins. It contains smooth muscle cells which form longitudinal bundles and collagen material with fibroblasts. Next type, medium and small veins. Tunica intima with endothelium and basal lamina. Very thick subendothelial layer. We don't have internal elastic lamina, and medium and small veins have diameter about 1 to 9 millimeters. And tunica media, reticular and elastic fibers, and some smooth muscle cells. Last one, tunica adventitia. This is the most developed part. This is the widest part, relatively thick. It contains collagen material, collagen fibers with fibroblasts, elastic fibers, and scattered smooth muscle cells. And the smallest venules, small version of vein morphology. Larger venules may contain smooth muscle cells instead of pericytes in capillaries. Tunica intima, endothelium, located on the basal lamina. Tunica media, thin, it is composed and few smooth muscle cells. And tunica adventitia, collagen with few fibroblasts. The most characteristic structure of veins are valves. Valves assist the function of veins, and generally they are absent in very large and very small veins.